Hello everyone. In this session we are starting with the next content of this chapter, that is the evolution of life forms, a theory. The evolution of life forms, we are going to learn this evolution of life forms in a theoretical manner. Yes, my dear students, in this session I am going to teach you a theory based on conventional religious and literature. On these basis, I am going to teach you a theory which was about the evolution of life form, how the living organisms evolved. In the last sessions, we learned how the life form. The first theory was about the panspermia. The life arose from the small units called spores. From the spores, the life has been arrived, or the life arose. So that was the first theory that we learned in the last session. And in the last sessions itself, we studied the second theory known as spontaneous generation, and then theory of biogenesis, and then theory of chemical evolution. At last, we agreed to the chemical evolution theory because it gave so many proof and so many evidences like that. Because of all those, we accepted the chemical evolution. And also Miller in 1959, he showed us how the life arose in the laboratory condition, and he set up a glass instrument. There he conducted there he created the same condition what was there in the billion years ago, and he proved that life has formed in the same condition, and from the small molecules, some small chemical constituents, the life or a single cell has arrived. That single cell slowly, gradually evolved itself, and it become a new species. Those new species slowly, again and again, they get evolved and they form to different species or different living organisms. Those all about the yesterday's session. But in this session, the session content is evolution of life form. In a theoretical manner, we are going to learn how the life form evolved. Okay, so let me tell you that the first I took the word like the conventional, religious and literature tells about the theory of special creation. Our grandparents, what they used to tell us, how the life evolved, how the life formed. The God has created all these species and all, and he gave what you used to listen to from their mouth. He created the species as it is, and he put it onto the earth. Okay, so on those basis, like in the traditional manner, in the religious manner, and in the form of literature, all these literature and all these traditions, religions, what they used to tell? They used to tell the life have evolved in the form of special creation. The theory of special creation, listen to me carefully, the theory of special creation, it has three connotations. What was that connotation? What are those three connotations based on the special creation, based on all traditions and religious and literature? So I am going to write all those connotations and literature and all the theories and all. First listen to me. Okay, so those three connotations are The first connotation is nothing but the idea. The special creation gave us 3 ideas. Out of 3, the first is whatever the species are there all around the earth, it is created as such, and it has been put it on the earth as it is now and million years ago, or the years back. All the species, all the life forms created as such. This was the first idea of theory of special creation. And the second idea of special creation theory is the diversity of living forms. The diversity of living form means we used to stay in the South Asia, and whatever the species found in all around the world. Some species are settled in some areas like polar bears, or in the ocean animals, or freshwater animals. All those species diversity were same, were same in the years back. Nothing was changed. None of the species got evolved. None of the species got they traveled from one place to other place. Whatever the species is living in this area, or in other area, or in other country, they were there itself. They were created there itself, and in the future also they'll be settled in that place itself. So this is the second idea, second connotation of the theory, special creation. The third connotation of special creation is the earth is formed only 4,000 years back. It was not like 4.5 billion years ago, or the 500 million years ago life has evolved. It was not like that. Only the earth is 4,000 years old. Only that much old the earth is. So, what do you think about all these connotations? The connotation says it's all about the special creation. It's all about the religious basis. It's all about the God. God has created all those things and put it on the earth. So, directly they are not saying it's all about the God. They are telling it's all about the special creation. And in the 19th century, these ideas and all, it was strongly believed by all the peoples, by all religious people, by all the country people. Those ideas were believed, accepted. Those ideas were accepted. What were those ideas? Whatever I told just now, three connotation just I mentioned, no, that was strongly accepted by all the people. Okay, so that was the next point of this theory. Later, Darwin, a famous scientist, Charles Darwin, he started his journey by means of a ship. The ship named HMS Beagle. He started his journey around the world in the ship called HMS Beagle. Okay, so what he concluded? He concluded that he was knowing all these connotations and all. He too agreed to all those connotations, all to those special creation. What he concluded? The living forms, it means the living organisms, whatever there on the earth, they have shared all the physical terms, all the natural things. They have shared all the natural things, and they also share their ancestors. They also shared their ancestors, means we used to say like the living organisms, the like, for example, I'll tell you, in the previous year ago, like in the previous years, in the last years, so many years back, the living organisms will be of one kind. Later, gradually, they adopted themselves. They got some variation. Because of the variation, so many changes occur in one species, like monkey to man. Those monkeys will become our ancestors. Nowadays, what we used to do? We used to share the physical things, the physical terms with our ancestors. Like monkey used to have the banana, we too used to have the banana. Like this, we used to share the things, we used to lead our life. So that was concluded by only one example I have given in this session. So you have to imagine all those living forms that we used to share with our ancestors. Not only we just don't consider not only the human being, but you have to consider, you have to remember all the living organisms, all the living species, right from the microorganism up to macroorganism like blue whale and all. Okay, so we all used to share the things, and he added two more points he added. What were they? What was that? Those are the species is called as a fittest organism. To which organism he called a fittest organism? The organism is known as a fittest organism, which like the organism which can survive to any extreme environment. If an organism is surviving better, and it is going to select its partner naturally, and it is surviving, if it is having a resistance power to the surrounding environment, like any kind of climate, any kind of food, or any kind of temperature, if living organism got much survival capacity, that will be that organism will leave a more progeny. It means literally what he is speaking a natural selection and survival for fittest. Those organisms will survive more who is going to adopt the extreme environment, who is going to adopt itself, who is having a more resistance power. They only survive better. They are known as a fittest organism. So these two are other descriptions of Charles Darwin. Okay. One more scientist came, known as Alfred Russell. Alfred Russell. What he told? He too concluded that. He too agreed to all the terms in sense the species sharing of physical terms and the special creation and the ancestors, fittest organism, survival for fittest and natural selection. To all these description, Alfred Russell gave permission, like he too agreed all those mechanism. Okay, so next is, after these all, few more concepts we have to learn under this evolution of living forms, a theoretical manner. What was that? It was believed that the earth is not like it's not like 4,000 years back. It is believed that after all the research and after all the discovery by Charles Darwin, it was strongly believed that the earth is not 4,000 years old. It is of 4.5 billion years old. They concluded that, so many scientists concluded that it is about 4.5 billion years old. How come? That I'll give with evidence, that I'll give the description, all the explanation with evidence in the next sessions. Okay, so what you have to learn in this session? You have to learn about the Charles Darwin. You have to learn about the special creation and three connotation and Alfred Russell. Okay, let me start writing all those things and all. So we are in the evolution of life forms, a theory. What was that theory? Theory is known as a special creation. Special creation theory based on the conventional and religious and literature. This theory had three connotation. Got it? So what you have to remember? You have to remember a theory known as special creation. Okay, on what basis the special creation theory has? Based on the tradition, based on the religion, based on the literature. This theory had three connotation. This theory had three ideas. What are those ideas? The ideas are as follows. The first is living organisms, all the living organisms that we see today, were created as such. All the living organisms, same species or same types of organisms or different types of organisms that we see today were created as it is. So this is the first connotation of the theory known as special creation based on the connotation religion and literature. The second idea is, the second connotation is the diversity of living life forms in sense the living organism diversity will be as it is, will be as it is, will remain constant for today and in future. In future and today and in future also, the living organism diversity will remain constant. None of the living organism will travel from one pole to other pole. So this is the second idea, second connotation of the theory known as special creation. The third is the earth is only of 4,000 years old. Only it is of 4,000 years old. So these are the three connotations of what? Special creation. Okay, got it? So next is what I am writing here. Here I am writing the scientist name known as Charles Darwin. What he did? He started his journey in the ship known as HMS Beagle. HMS Beagle. Okay, so that is a HMS Beagle is just a name of the ship. Alright, so he traveled around the world. He traveled around the world. He traveled just all around the world. He traveled through this ship, by this ship known as HMS Beagle. Maybe they ask you to write in the examination what was the name of the ship traveled by Charles Darwin. So you have to write HMS Beagle. Okay. So what he concluded? He concluded that the life forms, they used to share the same life terms or physical terms. They have a common similarity. Better you just write like this. The life forms have the similarities with their common ancestors. Okay, they have the common similarities and they also used to share the common physical terms with their ancestors. And one more thing he added with this, that is survival for fittest, and the third is natural selection. In the natural selection and also in the survival for fittest, this is F. Okay, don't get confused. F. Survival for fittest, what they have to do, what the organisms used to do. If they want to survive, they have to be fit. If they want to gain the food, if they want to consume the food, they have to be fit. Rather than they'll be killed. Okay, so the natural selection, the organisms, those have the more resistance power, those have more resistivity to tolerate the surrounding environment, to any kind of climate, to any kind of food, or to any kind of in temperature. If they have that resistivity, they can leave more progeny by means of natural selection. Natural selection means they are going to choose their partner naturally. If they are doing so, they can they can produce more progeny. Okay, so I have to give more examples for all this. Only according to your NCERT book I am following, but when the physical classes will start, I'll give more examples. I'll make you understand better. Okay, so just read it once. If you have any doubt, just ask me. Thank you. One more scientist I have to write here. His name is Alfred Russell. He used to do his work in the Malay of archipelago. In the what is that? In the place. This is the place name, Malay archipelago. So here right now it is found in the Indonesia. I'll confirm the place. Okay, so Alfred Russell, he too concluded, he too accepted the phenomena. Okay, so what you have to remember in this session: scientist name Alfred Russell, Malay archipelago, the place name, Charles Darwin and his ship name, and 3 connotations, and special creation. On what basis the special creation is, that too you have to understand.